Since the inception of the STEP program, next step, please. Since the inception of the STEP program, we have 160 companies, small business, participate in the program, and together they achieved $33 million in export sales. The picture you see here is our booth at the 2019 Paris Air Show. The purpose of the STEP program really is twofold. Number one is to get non-exporters to start. Number two is to get existing exporters to expand into additional markets. How do we get there? What do we do? So we decided to focus on three groups of activities. Here it is. This is our roadmap of the STEP program. Please pay attention. This chart here, it contains both Step 7 and Step 9 activities. So some of them will be covered now, and some of them will not be covered in the future, vice versa. So if there's anything you're interested in, please reach out to us. Now, due to time constraint, I will only highlight a few programs here. If you have additional questions or need more information, just reach out to us. So let's start with training on the left. The first one I want to draw your attention to is the Kansas Small Business Development Center, KSBDC, their Riddle of Exporter program. I believe John Nadesi is online. He is the instructor for this course. It's a fantastic course. It's a day-long overview of the entire export process. He will start from how to identify market, how do you find business partners, all the way to how do I ship my product, how do I get paid, and how do I deal with cross-cultural communication issues. So it's a great overview. It works well for new companies, for them to gain first-hand knowledge. Also works well for existing exporters. It will be a great refresher course. As Jeff mentioned earlier, the next session is scheduled on October 16th. It's fully online. The cost is $199, and with the STEP program, we can cover 100% of that cost. The second one I want you to pay attention is the U.S. Commercial Service. That's USCS. That's their Discover Global Markets event. I believe AJ Anderson from the Wichita office and Josh Kaplan from the Kansas City office are online with us today. So make sure you follow up with them. Now, the Discover Global Markets give you a fantastic opportunity to meet with foreign diplomats. To meet with commercial diplomats from all the key markets and foreign buyers and government officials. It is a great opportunity to get in front of your potential customer and to gain firsthand knowledge. The next upcoming event is actually next week. It's scheduled for October 7th to 9th. The topic is growth opportunities in intelligent manufacturing. The cost is $175. Again, with STEP program, we can help you to pay 100% of that. Now let's move into the group in the middle, trade shows and missions. Trade shows and missions is still the most direct way to get you in front of your customers. We have several activities planned here. Of course, the pandemic will dictate how everything goes, but we are prepared to be flexible and make changes when it's necessary. One thing I like to point out is April mentioned in her presentation under the KITSAT program, the Kansas International Trade Show Assistance Program, you have to have a booth. Now, under the STEP program, a booth is not required if you're going in person. Anyway, I just want to point that out. Now, let's move on to the third group on the right. That's the market entrance support category. I think that category contains lots of interesting programs, and I hope more companies will sign up and use it. So let's start with the top, the U.S. Commercial Service programs. Commercial service anything they charge, we can pay for it using STEP. Typically, those programs will include initial market check, international partner search, gold keys, and a new program they added recently is called RAISE. RAISE, that stands for Rural America's Intelligent Service for Exporters. So that program is specifically designed for rural-based companies. If that's where you are located, I would not pass up on this opportunity. And then let's take a look at the rest. The rest is pretty self-explanatory. I want to bring your attention to the last one, translation and localization. Now, localization go beyond translation. It's more than just language. It will help you either your website, your brochure, whatever marketing material you have to adapt into the foreign market better. And we have money for all of those. So please sign up and use it. The eligibility requirements are listed below. Very generic. You have to be a Kansas company. If you're not here, sorry, I can't help you. You have to comply to SBA's small medium-sized company standard. You can find the information using your NAICS code on the website, or reach out to me. I'll get you connected with our SBA representatives. And there are a couple of other small requirements. Make sure you read it through. But again, this is a great program. I would really encourage you to use it. Now let's talk about the changes we made. Any activities that were listed on the last page you just saw, if it's done virtually, it will be covered. So a trade show, in the past, you have to fly over, attend it. Now it's a virtual trade show, we can pay for it. And we also added some new activities and increased the funding cap. For example, the U.S. commercial service programs, before COVID, each company can receive up to $2,000. Now, since COVID broke out, we're trying to be flexible and help you in any way we can. We can cover the actual cost as long as reasonable. For example, the DGM event, if you want to send one person, a couple, that's fine. As long as it's reasonable. If you decide to, hey, I'm going to send 100 people there, that might be an issue. Another one is the, for example, translation localization. Before COVID, we can pay up to $1,500. Now we up that to $6,000. Two new programs we added. One is shipping sample product back and forth, and the other one is compliance testing. I know under the KMAT program April mentioned, some of those looks redundant, but we all focus on different aspects of each of these activities. So if you have questions, please reach out to us.